The stationery says since 1911. That's when the first generation immigrated from the Netherlands.
And since then, the Balkema family business has grown to a network of more than 10 construction and environmental companies. C.B. Batts is an accountant for AZO Services, which manages the Balkema group of businesses.
I've been with them in the office now for 35 years.
Oh, my gosh.
I started when I was 10.
Of course. But it's been during the last decade Batts has seen the devastating effects of the state's single business tax and the more recent Michigan business tax on his employer, which has 500 workers in Michigan as well as Indiana.
In the last 6 years, these entities, most of them that operate in Michigan, but now some of the headquarter entities have paid $1.6 million in Michigan business tax, and its predecessor, the SBT. That's averaging just south of $400,000 a year.
Batts hopes Michigan Governor Rick Snyder and legislators follow through on promises to get rid of the MBT.
We really believe that in that number I just gave you, $1.6 million, we could buy a luxury bus so that our folks could still stay in their homes and stay with their family and friends and in their school districts, etc. And we could run a luxury Greyhound type bus 2 times a day and still make money.
So people would work in Indiana?
Would work just across, yeah, we'd find and duplicate this office in, say, Middlebury, and the bus runs, say, 2 times a day, an early run and a later run. So that's, you know, how passionately I feel like this is really crippling excitement for business to be here in Michigan.
Governor Snyder has proposed replacing the MBT with a flat 6% corporate income tax. However, State Senator Jack Brandenburg, who chairs the Senate Finance Committee, said at the start of this legislative term he'd go even further.
MBT's got to go away. The sooner the better.
And replaced with?
If I had my way, I'd replace it with nothing.
Brandenburg reiterated his determination at a recent committee meeting in Lansing.
I'm really not too terribly concerned with the replacement funds for the MBT. I want that known publicly. I think the time has come for reform.
Mackinac Center Fiscal Policy Director Michael Lefebvre testified to this point at the same Senate Finance Committee meeting. He says the state can eliminate the MBT, replace it with nothing, and still prosper.
We calculate that the state could save $5.7 billion a year simply by benchmarking government non-salary benefits to private sector averages. Now, let me put that in perspective for you. That would be enough to wipe out the $2.2 billion Michigan business tax and related surcharge and replace it with nothing. It could close a $1.8 billion deficit every single year on top of that, and you'd still have about $1 billion plus left over to eliminate the personal property tax wholesale, to roll back the personal income tax equal to or greater than the amount expected to be raised by eliminating personal income tax exemptions for pensioners. So many possibilities exist with this one Mackinac Center idea that eliminating the Michigan business tax wholesale and replacing it with nothing should just be where they start.
Batts believes now is the time to make a difference to preserve what businesses are left in Michigan.
This kind of arena of what's going on now is the spending seems to have no restraint, and the taxing just going on is made us active. We've got to get rid of that entire tax.